something along the lines of like books that I've read. You know, it was the first video, so I can't quite remember. That was like 60 videos ago. But it was just my hands and the books, not my face. But I've gotten back into reading recently, and when I tell you I've read a lot of books, a lot. I think for a period of time I was in a reading slump, and I can tell you exactly which book put me in a reading slump, and it's one of those right here. Well, actually, I wouldn't say it was It Ends with Us. Honestly, I didn't think the book was bad or anything, but I wasn't sure where to begin when I was looking into books and stuff like that until I found Book Talk. And guess what? It worked out really well for me. If I didn't find Book Talk on TikTok, I would have never ever figured out what to read. I have way too many books that I have to read now in my TBR, and I think there's always a balance, right? I think for me personally, I get overwhelmed when I see too many recommendations and stuff, so I'm trying to actually get out of Book Talk for a bit until I can somewhat catch up, unless there's something that really, really, really interests me. Anyway, with that being said, I have 1, 2, 3, definitely, yeah, the 4 YA books, young adult books, which means it can be read by anybody, pretty much. There's not a lot of violence or graphic stuff or spicy scenes in it. And then the rest are adult books, so let's get into it. And I'm also going to be telling you whether it's worth it to read them or no. So I'm going to go ahead and just start with the adult books that I read. I think that's a fair start. No, I changed my mind. We're gonna leave that to the end. I changed my mind. We're gonna start with the young adult books that I read. So, the first book, and all these books, you might have heard of them a lot of times. books are set up, basically, just trying to set up the story. Until the the fourth book, that's when it starts really getting into it. I started the series with a book called Assassin's Blade because it's a prequel to the series. And then Queen of Shadows. This is where stuff starts really, really picking up. First of all, the book is beautiful. No doubt about it. It's a different cover than the one that it actually originally comes with. I got these box set from Amazon, and it was way cheaper than if I just got it individually each book. So I just bought the whole thing because I knew I was gonna read it anyway. Queen of Shadows. Oh God, would I reread this series? Yes. Do I recommend it to you? Yes. So this series is written by Sarah J. Maas, and she's very popular. She's a very popular fantasy author. She wrote the A Court of Thorns and Roses series, which I've read and I've talked a tiny bit about in my other videos, but that orange book right there called The Court of Silver Flames will forever be my favorite book, and I would reread it in a heartbeat. As compared to that series, this series insane. I have never ever felt more attached to a character in my life. What she's going through, I can literally feel it while I'm reading it. Isn't that crazy? And yes, it better be, because it's been 8 books. So if by the 8th book I'm not attached to the characters, then you better believe that it was not a good series. But this one is. So I would definitely recommend reading it if you are into fantasy. YA, nothing crazy, nothing spicy. Just a good series to read. The world is extremely immersive. And she really took her time with the series, and she said, I'm not gonna jeopardize telling the story, based on how many books are there. Books that I think should have been shorter, yes. Yeah, I think Tower of Dawn, it's a separate book from the actual series. It follows other characters. I think it should have been shorter. I wasn't like too into reading it, but by the end of it you realize, oh, that's why she wrote it. She has a pattern. Do not be scared if by the first 100 pages you are not into it and lost and confused. Trust me, by the end of the book you're gonna think that it's the best book you've read, or one of the best books you've read. Anyway, she always has this thing at the end of the books is when it really picks up and you're like, oh my god, what is happening? So she's good in that way to set up, her next book, and I think it's just really cool. All of her books are great. She has another series called Crescent City, and I'm gonna be reading that next. So that's it for YA books. Now we're gonna get into the adult books. And if you are uncomfortable by adult romance books and dark romances, then this is where you and I part ways. So the first book that I read, it's an adult romance book. It's called Twisted Love by Anna Wong. This is a series, actually. This is the first book in the series. Do I have a sticky note in here somewhere? No. The sticky note's not here. It's in the next book that I'm going to tell you about. I want to start tapping my books and tell you exactly what is good about it, but I'm just going to read the back to you and you can draw your own conclusions if you haven't read it yet. The first thing that comes to it is a quote that says, "You are the light to my dark sunshine. Without you, I'm lost." I'm sorry. The way I would just drop is a to be read. You know, the books that you want to read and you just add them to your collection and they're still sitting there. So, okay. The next book that I read was King of Wrath. The same author, baby, Anna Wong. She is that girl. Great book. Again, so good. So good. I think this is where they have the sticky note. Oh, there it is. There's my sticky note. Wait, I lost it again. Oh god. Wait. Oh, there it is. Yeah. What chapter is it? Chapter 27. I don't usually put anything on my books. I don't tab them. I don't bookmark them. I don't put sticky notes or nothing. It's very rare that a book gets a Drea sticky note. So this one did. Chapter 27. If you know, you know. If you haven't read the book and you are into adult, not suited for children, grown-ups, then this is the book for you. Here's what it says. Again, she always starts like the back of her books with a little quote in here. And this one says, "She was my North Star, the brightest jewel in my sky." Oh god. So good. Enemies to lovers. Arranged marriage situation. So good. Ruthless, meticulous, arrogant. Billionaire CEO Dan Caruso thrives on control, both personally and professionally. Can never plan to marry until the threat of blackmail forces him into an engagement with a woman he barely knows. Vivian Lau, jewelry heiress and daughter of his newest enemy, the wife he never wanted, and the weakness he never saw coming. I mean, just from reading that, isn't that amazing? It doesn't matter how beautiful or charming she is, Dan will do everything in his power to destroy the blackmail and their betrothal. When they're betrothed, you know what I mean? There's only one problem. Now that he has her, he can't bring himself to let her go. Elegant, ambitious, well-mannered, Vivian Lau is the perfect daughter, and her family is taken into the highest echelons of society. Marrying a blue-blooded Russo means opening doors that would otherwise remain closed to her new money parents. While the rude, elusive Dante is in her idea of a dream partner, she agrees to the arranged marriage of duty. Craving his touch was never part of the plan. Neither was the worst possible outcome, falling in love with her future husband. I know, isn't that crazy? Hold up. Yeah, he is Italian. are. There are 22 books currently in there. That's not counting the books that I have bookmarked on TikTok that I have to make a list of. But in July, I read 3 books on my Kindle. Adult books. Hooked, Scarred, and The Ritual. Hooked and Scarred are both by Emily McIntyre. Amazing books, great author. Oh my god, the scenes are great. Yeah, great scenes. And The Ritual is by Chantal Dessier. So, here is the honest truth. Hooked and Scarred. Yes, I would recommend reading them. Short books, 200 pages, but it says what it needs to be said, you know. They are retellings of popular characters. So Hooked from Peter Pan, Scarred from The Lion King. But when I say retellings, don't panic. It's very, very a loose kind of term for this books. It kind of draws the names and just kind of the overall plot, but it's not like you're actually reading about the characters. They're their own people, kind of in the real world, with different stories. Very loose retellings. Really good. Adult, obviously, we're in that section right now. Adult books that are worth reading. Yes, I would recommend it 100%. It's a series, standalone. It goes Hooked, Scarred, and I think the third one is Wretched, and the fourth one just came out. Twists Crossed. Okay, yeah, I have not read those. They're in my TBR right now, so I have to definitely give them a try. Amazing author. She writes really well. The Ritual by Chantal Dessier. No, I wouldn't recommend reading the book. Here's the thing. This book did not need to be 600 pages. You heard me right. 600 pages for a dark romance book. The plot was just, in my opinion, and obviously everybody has different opinions. My opinion is that the plot was very, very, very dragged out. The scenes were amazing, and that's the only reason I would give it like a 3 out of 10, because they were so messed up in the best way possible. A lot of trigger warnings with dark romance books, so please read them. They will tell you, like when you open the book. Here, let me see if I can open it. Okay, you see, you have the trigger warning right here. A lot of trigger warnings. So always with your books, make sure that if it's what's it called? If it's a dark romance book, you read your trigger warnings before you go in. Nothing that I have read will make me kind of stop the book or make me uncomfortable. I think I've read some pretty messed up things. two people with one story.